So far, the magic tricks we've seen on this channel have been very entertaining. But what if today's new technology is integrated into these magic acts? Obviously, that magic would reach a whole new level. Today, we're going to witness one such amazing magic act performed by the famous magician Trigg Watson. Along with that, we'll also learn the secret behind this incredible magic. If you enjoy the video, be sure to like it and show your support. In this act, Trigg Watson steps onto the stage where there is already a large mobile phone screen present. Watson begins by saying that we often watch other people's videos on our phones, but what if we could jump into their world for a second? Then Watson scrolls through some reels, and suddenly a reel appears where a lady is showing a red cloth. But in the next moment, Watson takes out that cloth from the phone, leaving everyone in awe. But this is just the beginning. After this, Watson scrolls through some more reels and then stops on this reel. Magician Watson then puts the cloth that he had taken out from the phone back into the phone, directly into the hands of the man shown in the video. Then Watson scrolls through some more reels, and now a reel appears, which is the original video of one of the show's judges, Heidi. Watson pauses the video and gestures, and suddenly the green glasses Heidi was wearing in the video start rising up, and everyone is shocked when the glasses come out of the phone and start floating in the air. Not only that, Watson extends his hand and takes it into his hand. As we hinted earlier, Magician Watson has used technology in this magic act. Those who know what tech he is using for this, let us know in the comment. In the next reel, there's another judge of the show, Howie, who is dancing and he is wearing a black goggle. Watson pauses this reel, and just like before, he takes out the goggles Howie is wearing out of the phone screen and inserts the green goggles present outside into the phone, making Howie wear them. Then, Watson scrolls through the reels, and in the next reel, a boy is dancing. Watson likes this reel, and suddenly, a heart emoji flies out of the phone, which Watson catches with his hand in real life. Then, one by one, more heart emojis fly out of the phone, and Watson continues to catch them. The next reel features the show's host Terry Crews, in which he is dancing wearing a blue-colored t-shirt. And then the magician Watson magically takes out Terry's blue t-shirt from the phone. After this, the next reel shows a kid pouring juice from a glass and placing the empty glass on the table. Watson gestures from outside, and at that moment, from the kitchen shown in the video, a juice box starts flying out and swirling in the air. Then, in the next instant, Watson catches this juice box in his hand. After that, he tilts it, and the astonishing thing is that juice starts pouring out from the juice box in such a way that it goes inside the phone and falls into the empty glass placed on the table itself, and the glass gets filled with juice again. Seeing this, everyone's eyes widen in amazement. In the next reel, Watson himself appears on the screen with playing cards in his hands. The Watson outside gestures towards the Watson on the phone, and it seemed as if both were truly interacting with each other. Suddenly, the Watson inside the phone extends a card towards the Watson outside. And indeed, the real Watson outside takes it into his hand. Then, the Watson in the video once again flicks a card into the air, and what's this? The card not only emerges from the phone screen, but also starts swirling in the air. And this time, Trigg Watson outside catches it in his hand. But that's not all. Now, Watson inside the phone extends numerous cards towards the Watson outside. And this time, not only the cards come out, but also the hand of the Watson inside the video extends out from the phone. The Watson outside calmly takes all those cards from his hand. The audience is left bewildered, wondering how all of this is happening. Then, the Watson in the video proceeds to flick the remaining cards into the air, and all those cards start coming out of the phone. Finally, both Watsons give each other a high five, and the act concludes. However, the audience is still puzzled. How did all this happen? How were things from the phone appearing in reality, and how were real things going back into the phone? Now, we will uncover the secret behind this incredible magic. But before that, if you enjoyed Trigg Watson's astonishing magic, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more magic reveal videos like this. Let's now uncover the secret behind this magic act. In this act, there is a large phone placed on the stage, on which the reels are being played. The most important thing to note is that all the reels being played are not being scrolled through by the magician. Rather, from start to finish, it's a single pre-recorded video. The magician is simply performing according to this video. That's why, if you observe carefully, the magician's actions don't exactly match the phone screen. However, because everything is happening so quickly, most people don't notice this discrepancy. Now, let's focus on the first reel of the act, where a lady is seen in the video displaying a red cloth, which Watson then pulls out from the screen. In reality, as mentioned earlier, the video playing on the phone is pre-recorded, showing the lady displaying the cloth and then it being pulled out. Now, let's address the question of how the cloth came out of the phone. Behind the screen, there is actually a red cloth hidden, attached to an invisible thread that hangs in front of the screen. If you observe closely, the magician grabs this invisible thread with his thumb and pulls it at just the right moment, causing the red cloth hidden behind the screen to appear in his hand just when the red cloth disappears from the video. This creates the illusion that the magician has pulled the red cloth out from inside the phone. In the next reel, a man is talking, and Watson puts the red cloth back into the phone, which then falls directly into the man's hand. In reality, after Watson extracts the cloth with his left hand, he discreetly attaches it to a hook in his right hand, which is connected to an elastic band. As Watson performs the act of putting the cloth back into the phone, he stretches his arm fully and releases the cloth. The red cloth slides into his jacket from his sleeve, thanks to the elastic band. And the video playing on the phone is shot in such a way that at the exact moment, a red cloth appears to be falling from above. This creates the illusion that magician Watson himself has placed the cloth inside the phone. Timing plays a significant role throughout the entire act. Since everything happens so quickly, people don't pay much attention to the timing discrepancies. However, if you observe all the transitions in slow motion, you can notice a time delay between the magician's actions and the actions in the pre-recorded video. In the next reel, there's a segment with the show's judge, Heidi, who is wearing a green goggle. Watson pauses the reel, and upon his signal, Heidi's goggles start floating in the air and then emerge from the screen, from where Watson retrieves it. As mentioned earlier, technology is indeed utilized in this act. Actually, the goggles you see floating in the air are just a holographic 3D image. This is created using a holographic fan. The fast-moving fan blades create an illusion as if an object is floating in the air. With these holographic fans, any image can be created, and here, behind the screen, a big 3D holographic fan is installed. At the right moment, the image of green goggles is created, giving the illusion that the goggles have emerged from the video and into the air. Now, if you pay attention when Watson signals to float the goggles with his right hand, you'll notice that his left hand is positioned behind him, and this is where Watson has cleverly taken a green goggle kept in his jacket pocket into his left hand. By skillfully revealing them at the right moment, an illusion is created as if he has taken the goggles from the air. Next, there's a reel with Howie, where he is wearing black goggles. And Watson, as before, appears to pull it out of the phone again and then replaces it with the green goggles. If you observe closely, Watson's left hand is once again behind him, and once again, he retrieves the black goggles from his pocket into his left hand. At this point, the black goggles are already in Watson's hand, as you can see. He cleverly reveals it at the right moment, creating the illusion that the goggles have come out of the phone. While everyone's attention is focused on the screen, Watson discreetly places the green goggles he's holding in his right hand back into his pocket. Here, he simply acts out the process of giving the green goggles to Howie, even though he doesn't have anything in his hands. When the green goggles appear in the video, it seems as if Watson has inserted it from outside. The next reel features hearts floating upwards, which Watson appears to catch one by one. Now you understand that these hearts are created in the air using a holographic fan. You might have seen similar tricks where magicians produce cards one after another, which are actually hidden behind their hands. Here too, Watson has several hearts hidden behind his hand, which he reveals one by one. Next, there's Terry's reel, where he's wearing a blue t-shirt, and Watson appears to pull out his t-shirt from the phone as well. In reality, there's a blue t-shirt placed behind the screen, and Watson pulls it forward at the right moment. If you watch in slow motion, you can see Watson pulling the t-shirt from behind the screen. In the following reel, there's the child who empties his juice glass and places it on the table. But then, upon Watson's signal, a juice packet from the kitchen shown in the video flies out and emerges from the phone, which Watson later retrieves in his hand. Now you know that the juice packet floating here is a 3D image created by the holographic fan. But where does the real packet come from in Watson's hand here? Because compared to the goggles and hearts, hiding such a large packet in the hand is not possible. Actually, for this, the magician has a setup. When the juice packet is floating in the air from the holographic fan, at the same time, this structure emerges from behind the screen. Behind it, a real juice packet is placed, which is covered from the front by a black screen. This entire structure comes out at the right time, and Watson takes the juice packet, placed here in his hand. From the front, because it is covered by a black screen and Watson is also wearing black clothes, it is difficult for the audience to notice it. But if you look very carefully, you can notice a black screen behind this holographic image, which, after Watson takes the juice packet in his hand, is now going back behind the phone screen. After this, Watson tilts the packet, and the juice starts floating back into the glass. Here, the juice packet is real, but the juice coming out of it is a holographic image, and in front of it is the pre-recorded video, as you already know. The next reel is Watson's own, where he has playing cards in his hand. In this scene, Watson in the video seemingly passes a card to the Watson standing outside, and indeed the card appears in the hands of the Watson outside. Here, there is a significant and clear mistake made by the magician, but it's not so easy to notice in a live act. If you observe Watson's left hand, you can already see the card that Watson is supposed to pull out from the phone. Similarly, when the Watson inside the video tosses a card upwards and it starts floating in the air, which the Watson outside then retrieves in his hand, how this happens is not at all difficult for you to understand now. After this, Watson gives some more cards to the Watson outside. In reality, Watson outside takes cards from his pocket with his right hand and approaches the holographic image to reveal them, creating the illusion that the cards are magically coming out of the screen. Then, Watson inside the video throws the remaining cards in the air, and indeed, those cards start coming out from the phone screen. In reality, there is a card thrower placed behind the screen, which Watson's assistant remotely activates at the right time, causing the cards to be released into the air. Finally, both Watsons give each other a high five, which you now know is the marvel of the 3D holographic fan. In this way, by using technology, Trigg Watson astonishes everyone with his act. And now you also know the secret behind this incredible magic. We work hard to bring you such amazing magic reveal videos, so please be sure to like the video. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you receive notifications for all upcoming videos.